What's up, YouTube? This Terrance Crawford stuff just keeps getting bigger and better and more crazy by the day. Latest thing I heard, latest news from the WBO is that Shawn Porter is now Terrance Crawford's mandatory at the title that Terrance Crawford now holds at 147. So now I want to see how this fight gets made, if it does, because again, they're on two sides of the street, two different sides of the street. Shawn Porter's boxing out of PBC, Showtime, Fox, that sort of thing, and Crawford is on actually fighting out of Top Rank, Bob Arum Promotions, ESPN boxer, fighter. So I'm interested to see. It's very hard for these networks and promoters to make these big fights across networks, across promotion companies as of late. They don't have any problems putting boxers at each other when they're kind of up and coming or irrelevant. But when it comes to big fights, big names, a lot of these promotion companies don't want to risk putting one of their cash cows up against somebody they could potentially lose to, unless they're fighting out of the same promotion company or camp or that sort of thing. But when it's a cross camp or cross promotion company event, they don't want to take that chance on having their cash cow lose. And in this particular case, Crawford and Shawn Porter have been hemming and hawing about, I don't know, we're friends. I don't know. I have some other fights that I want lined up, or I have some other things that I want to do. That's not true. Neither one of them have any fights lined up. They don't have any fights coming up. In fact, this fight could be made like tomorrow because nothing is actually impacting or restricting them from making this fight happen. And since the WBO then made Shawn Porter the mandatory, I like to see how Terrance Crawford not weasels his way out of it, but crawls out from underneath this one. I wouldn't be surprised if Crawford actually makes a quick fight or makes a deal with somebody of lesser caliber, lesser talent, less of a competitor than Shawn Porter, just to avoid this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised. So in coming weeks, don't be surprised if Terrance Crawford signs a deal to fight somebody of a lesser importance, lesser skill set, lesser talent, because I really don't think Crawford wants to make these fights. For one, I don't think Arum wants to make the fights because potentially Crawford could lose, and that's his cash cow that could be potentially gone. Well, at least one of them, because he still has Lomachenko. As well as Tyson Fury. I believe Top Rank still has Tyson Fury in their camp. So this will just be one of the three that could actually face somebody that could be problematic. Because the others haven't been facing any stiff competition. Lomachenko hasn't really been fighting anybody. Tyson Fury had obligations with Deontay Wilder before Tyson Fury signed with Top Rank. So they pretty much had to make that fight happen. But with respect to Terrance Crawford, they're shielding him. And again, they're just unwilling to work across networks and promotion companies. I guess in the best interest of each company's financial interest. So we'll see what happens. I suspect that Shawn Porter is going to fight somebody within the PBC, and Terrance Crawford is going to fight somebody within Top Rank, possibly Kell Brook, because Kell Brook has actually accepted the $1.5 million offer. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. And I'm never surprised in this boxing industry. It's always surprises. Well, yeah, there are surprises here and there. And they're not, and at times it goes as scripted. So yeah, we get some craziness like the WBO making Shawn Porter mandatory, which I felt was funny because they've been trying not to make that fight happen. So we'll see what happens. DJ Kryptonite out.